Hello everybody, this is a little piano tutorial for Better Days Ahead, which is my latest song. I'm going to try and break it down a little bit for you so you can play it on the piano, but also so you can play it on the guitar. I'm going to make it a little bit more simplistic. So I'm just going to play the intro for you of the song. It goes a little bit like this. So that's the intro passage. It's actually quite hard to play slow, I've realised tonight. But anyway, so the starting notes, it does this run up of C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, or if you want to call them flats. So let me play a little bit slower for you. A little bit like that. Let's do one more time for you. Down to the E flat minor or D sharp minor, and then you're going to go up to the B and slide onto the B chord, like, and then 5 back to the F sharp. Let's do it one more time. So the notes in that kind of chord just before we resolve it, you've got the C sharp, F sharp, B, D sharp, G sharp up there. Very nice chord. And that resolves back to the F sharp. And I'm going to slide from the G sharp to the A sharp. So that one there. Let's do that one more time. Hopefully you can see that above. So that's the intro. It's quite simple really. And then we're going to move on to the verse. Now the verse is actually very similar to the intro section. And I also should have said in the intro section, if you're playing a guitar or something, of course it's going to be maybe a little trickier to play that. So really what you can do is if you just want to go around the chords, which is F sharp, D sharp minor, B, back to the F sharp. So you're kind of going the chord 1 down to the minor, to chord 4, back to chord 1. So if you want to play this in G, you could go G, E minor, C, G. But I'm going to stick with F sharp for now. So the verse is very simple. It's the same pretty much as the intro. Sorry. So which is when I was young, my mama said, hold on to hope, 'cause there's better days ahead. Just like that. And then sure as the sun, some rain gonna come, my mama said. Now this last bit is slightly different. We're just gonna go, which is like a rundown from a B chord. Just like that. And we're keeping the F sharp at the top there all the time. Let's do that one more time. And again, if you want to play this a little bit more, not so complicated, you can just play F sharp, when I was young, to D sharp minor, to B, to F sharp. And that kind of, you can play that all the way through if you want. So that's the verse structure. There's a couple of verses throughout the song. And then we're going to move on to the chorus section now. Okay, so let's just go through the chorus section. There's 2 piano parts on the chorus section. You've got the one up here, which is kind of going. then there's another piano part which is underneath that, which is a lower part, so it's not so prominent in the mix, but it's kind of just padding it all out, and it's kind of going. So we've added this chord in, which is, so you've got chord 1, and I'm sliding, you don't need to do that, I'm sliding from that to that. Which, in the left hand we've got the F, in the right hand we've got the G sharp, C sharp and F, so it's like a C sharp, a triad chord. So, da, da, da. So that's going to that minor chord again. Chord 4. Keep a smile on your face. And this is where we add a diminished chord. Take someone's hand. Every woman, every man. So let's go through that one more time. So sing it with grace, better days ahead. Keep a smile on your face, better days ahead. Take someone's hand, better days ahead. Every woman, every man. And then that rundown. So that's the part that's playing up there. You can simplify that if you want. So if you want to kind of go, sing it with grace, like that. So we're just going to go. And then the diminished. Every woman, every man, better days ahead. So you can really simplify it and just play the basic chords really, and you don't even have to add that diminished chord if you don't want to, or if you're playing it on a guitar and it's a little bit complicated. So the outro of the song, this again is pretty simple. You can use that right hand pattern if you want. You're going to play a chorus and then like that. Better days ahead. Better days ahead. And then the last one is, and it holds on like that. Again, if you don't want to play it like that, if that's a little bit too complicated, you can just go better days ahead. If you prefer to play it like that, especially on a guitar, because I understand this song, of course, was written for piano, so kind of translating that to a guitar, often I struggle to do that when I'm trying to, I don't know, play a song and jam it on the guitar, and you think, oh, this was written on the piano. So obviously it will be easier to play if you transpose it into G or F probably, but probably G is the easiest, but depending on you know, the register of your voice. So the bridge section, this kind of goes somewhere else now. We're going to go up to the C sharp or D flat, whichever one you want to call it. When you're feeling down, you know you're not the only one. So those chords were that D flat, D diminished, E flat minor, B. Try it one more time. Up to that B. So try one more time. When you're feeling down, you know you're not the only one. Take a little time, because a change is gonna. So this is the only different chord. So your voicing, you're going to have this G sharp, and in your right hand, F sharp, B and D. Let's try one more time. When you're feeling down, you know you're not the only one. Take a little time, because a change is going to come. So you got that flat 5 in there with the G sharp minor. And then you kind of follow the vocal, because I'm here to love you. This is kind of a really classic standard gospel kind of thing, where you're going to play chord 1 with chord 5 in the bass. To the chord 5, back to 1. So let's simplify that a little bit. So if you want to play it on the guitar, you're going to go to that D flat, D diminished, E flat minor, B, D flat, D diminished, E flat minor, and then that G sharp minor with a flat 5 in there. So you've got your G sharp, F sharp, B and D. And then you're going to go, which is your chord 1 over your bass note, which is the 5. And then up to chord 5, back to the 1. And that's pretty much it for that section. So the outro section is very simple. You can play it up there again if you want with the chords. You're going to go from that chorus into the outro section, which just goes better days ahead, better days ahead. Anyway, that's the tutorial for Better Days Ahead. I'd love to hear some. This is my first one, so any tips you've got, please do let me know. Thanks for listening.
Sing it with grace, better days ahead. Keep a smile on your face, better days ahead. Take someone's hand, better days